Hi everyone, I am Anashra and today's my topic is Official Secret Act from the paper Media Law and Ethics. So let's see what's Official Secret Act. Actually, Official Secret Act was first enacted in 1923 and it was retained after independence. Then what's Official Secret Act? The Official Secret Act of India's Anti-Espionage Act held over from British colonial period. So it's a Anti-Espionage Act. It states clearly that actions which involve helping an enemy state or enemy country against India are strongly condemned. So this is what Official Secret Act is. This means like if anyone is going to help an enemy country or enemy state, enemy country of India, then our country has the right to take action against that person or organization or institution regarding this. It's a great crime in legal. So this is what Official Secret Act is. It also states that one cannot approach, inspect, or even pass over a prohibited area of government. That means that much highly confidential area of government. That means it may be from, for example, it's a defense area or maybe from a country's very confidential data storing area. No person from outside is allowed to enter through that area. If somebody is intentionally or unintentionally get through that area, the government has the right to take legal actions against them. So this is what Official Secret Act is. So, according to the Official Secret Act, helping the enemy state can be in the form of communicating a sketch plan, model of something, or official code, passwords or anything to the enemy. So, this is what this law is saying, that the things which we are sharing to our enemy country, that may be of some password, that may be of some sketch plan or some varied operations, or maybe of some official secret data or information. If we are gonna share any one of these things to our enemy state or country, it may badly affect the process of our country. It may affect the security of our country. That's why this Official Secret Act is implemented against these crimes. So this act is applicable to all Indian citizens reside inside and outside the country. That means those who are, if he or she is an Indian native but residing outside the country of India, that doesn't matter. This act is applicable to every Indian citizen who is residing inside and outside the country. So, Official Secret Act of 1923 is a comprehensive document relating to official secrets and defines a number of offences. Under this act, there are numerous offences are ordered under this act. So, first one is spying. Spy work. What is spy work? Spy work means that who is a person who is working under our government but working for the enemy country. That means who is seeking job here and for working for another country. That means taking our informations and data and passing to the enemy country. That is spy work or spying. And the second one is a wrongful communication of any secret official code, password, sketch, document or information. Wrongful communication. Second one. And these two things are coming under the offense of Official Secret Act. And the main objective of this law is maintaining security in the state against the leakage of information, sabotage and like that things. For this purpose, the Official Secret Act is enacting in India. That means it's our responsibility to keep our country's personal data and informations securely. Otherwise, if the things are going to leak outside, it may badly affect the or structure of our country and organizing of our country. So this is why Official Secret Act is lying here. So the next thing is prosecution and penalties of Official Secret Act 1923. So what are the punishment we got if we are violating Official Secret Act? That's we are going to discuss next. Under this act, a person who is violating these rules and regulations of the government has got maybe 14 years of imprisonment or maybe for 3 to life imprisonment. That's the thing. And the major thing is, a person prosecuted this act can be charged with the crime even if the action was unintentional and not intended to endanger the security of the state. This means that if a person's intention is not to make any danger to our country, but unintentionally something had happened, but that person is that person is a victim, so we cannot avoid that person. We must have to take action against him. That's this act says. Those who done it, may be intentional or unintentional. If he done that thing unintentionally, also he is punishable. That's the thing of this act. And that the act only empowers persons in positions of authority to handle official secret, and those who handle it in prohibited areas or outside them are liable for punishment. This means that the person who are able to handle an authority and who is eligible to handle that authority are only allowing to enter on that area. Those who are not able to get into that area is punishable. We cannot enter into such a government prohibited area by violating the government rules and regulations, so it is punishable. That's what this rule is saying. So the major two things we have to understand from this act is, if a person has done something but he's not done that intentionally, unintentionally it had happened, just happened, but he cannot avoid his mistake. This under this act, those who are doing such a thing unintentionally is also a crime. And also the next important thing is, those who are handling a specific authority could only enter on that official secret areas. Nobody is allowing from public or from outside into the restricted area. So this is the two major thing we have to observe. And the next important thing is the role of journalist. So what the role of a journalist? A journalist role is to take the data and informations from everywhere and get into the ears of audience, or get into the ears of readers and everyone, get into the public, mass public. So this is what a journalist do. But in the case of Official Secret Act of 1923, a journalist have to help the members of the police, which is from higher rank. That may be a sub-inspector or from a person from a military or anything, while he is investigating something. That means if a journalist is investigating about some offense, he or she has to give his data and informations to only to a person who is handling a high range. That means if it is in police, he has to give that information to a sub-inspector, or for if it is in a little bit high, then military persons. So offenses up to that, and including revealing his source of information. The major thing in ethics of journalists or ethics of journalism, we the media students are studying that for every news and for every information, we must have a source. And the next thing is, we are not able to reveal the source into public. We must know about the source. That means we have to understand there must be a strong source, but we are not able to reveal that source into public. But in case of Official Secret Act, if a journalist is conducting an investigation regarding any offense, he or she needed to reveal his source of information into the higher authorities. So under this act, search warrants may be issued at any time by the magistrate that determines that based upon the evidence there is enough danger to the security of the state. So if the magistrate or the state got a doubt that if our country is in danger, that if something is going to happen, there must be some spy workers or anyone in country, if they got such an information, under this act, the magistrate has all the power to issue arrest warrants or like search warrants anywhere for seeking the information. So next one is uninterested members of public may be excluded from the court proceedings if the prosecution feels that any information which is going to be passed on during the prosecution is sensitive. This include media also. This means that during, if a person is conducted victim or the person is conducted guilty, he or she is taken into the court and then such proceedings are going on. If the court feels that the thing which is going to reveal or passing in the court may be affect the security of the state, then the court has, under this act, the court has all power to exclude the public who is sitting inside the court. Only the judges, the lawyers and the person who is convicted are allowed to sit inside the court. This includes media also. That means media, in such a situation, media is not allowed to cover such a thing that is going on. After that, maybe some press meet or press meeting is going and they will reveal the information. But when the thing is going to proceed on court, the media is not allowed to sit there. So this is what are the major things which comes under the thing of Official Secret Act. Under this, only the punishment is like these are the things, that 14 years of imprisonment and then 3 to life imprisonment, fine, and the next thing is like the person who are holding their authorities only to sitting handle their official things, all these things. The sections of punishments is not ending, it's continuing. So under this act, if a company is seen as a offender of this act, everyone including in the management of the company, including board of directors, can be liable for punishment. That means if a company is seeing that violating this Official Secret Act, or who is doing something against this act, then not only the person who is working on that company as a spy, affecting the whole company, including the board members and the management of the company, are liable for the punishment. So if it is in the case of newspaper, if the newspaper is violating the Official Secret Act, that everyone, including the editor, publisher and the proprietor, can be imprisoned for an offense. This is the case of newspaper. Then this is all about the prosecutions and punishments of Official Secret Act. The next thing is, there exists a criticism for Official Secret Act of 1923. That means a contradiction. A little criticism against, like it says like that Official Secret Act is controversial to the modern Right to Information Act of 2005. That means Official Secret Act overrules right to information. So this is exists an criticism for Official Secret Act 1923. It says that in Official Secret Act of Secret Act Clause 6, information from any governmental office is considered as official information. Hence, it can be used to override Right to Information Act. Even the Supreme Court also says the same. So we all know that what's Right to Information Act. Right to Information Act is like that if any citizen from India is asking any government authorities regarding information of anything, the government is, or the government authorities are responsible to respond to the person's complaint within a time limit, within 24 hours or within 48 hours. So there, whatever the information they are asking, on the basis of that information's urgency and necessity, they have to provide the information. So in case of Official Secret Act, it says that information from any government office is considered as official information. So hence it can be overruled by Right to Information. This also said by the Supreme Court. So the Official Secret Act is enacted in 1923, and it is India's anti-espionage act held over from British colonial period, and it states clearly that anyone who is helping our enemy country by taking our informations and data are strongly condemned. This act is all about the security of our country. So this is all about Official Secret Act. I hope you guys got something regarding what Official Secret Act is. Thank you. On next day, I will come up with a new topic from new subjects. Thank you. Have a nice day.